Welcome back, Red Devils. Today, we're breaking down the latest Man United transfer buzz, from Victor Osimhen's cut price move to Ruben Amorim's key preferences, plus Matheus Cunha's surprising update. Let's get into it. Man United eye Victor Osimhen in cut price transfer as Ruben Amorim preference revealed. Manchester look set for a busy summer in the transfer window, and head coach Ruben Amorim appears keen to replenish his forward line at Old Trafford in the coming months. Manchester United are pushing ahead with a £40 million deal to sign Victor Osimhen this summer. United boss Ruben Amorim has made Napoli forward Osimhen, currently on loan at Galatasaray, his top striker transfer target this summer. United have struggled for goals this season, and Amorim sees 26-year-old Osimhen as the perfect player to solve that problem. As well as his proven scoring prowess, he has 29 goals from 34 games this season. Osimhen is heading into the last year of his contract with Napoli. That means Napoli must sell him or risk losing him for nothing next year, with United, operating under financial constraints because of profit and sustainability rules, confident they can land the Nigeria international for a fee considerably lower than his market value. Osimhen fits the age profile at United, with co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe keen to build a squad of young players with the potential to grow together, as well as having resale value in the transfer market. United are also looking at Ipswich striker Liam Delap, who will also be available for £30 million this summer, but Amorim is understood to favour a move for Osimhen, given his greater experience and proven ability to score in Europe. As well as being a prolific goalscorer, Osimhen has Champions League experience and fired Napoli to the Serie A title in 2022-23, their first league success for 33 years. Osimhen would not be fazed at the prospect of leading United's attack, something that has proved too much for £72 million signing Rasmus Højlund, who has a solitary goal in his last 28 appearances for Amorim's side. With Joshua Zirkzee out for the season, Amorim has no choice but to persist with Højlund leading United's attack, although the Portuguese boss has experimented with Kobbie Mainoo playing in a more advanced role. United, who are also hopeful of signing Matheus Cunha from Wolves, will look to sell players this summer to help fund the rebuild of Amorim's squad, with Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho and Antony all to be sold, with Casemiro and Alejandro Garnacho likely to be offloaded as well for the right price. Speaking earlier this month, Amorim noted the importance of the summer transfer window. The head coach said, "There are characteristics we don't have in our squad, and we are trying to see about the gaps we have. When I say we need big players, I'm not talking about players from Real Madrid. I am talking about players in the way I see the game. Of course money helps." Man United transfer news. Matheus Cunha answers United question as transfer deal under scrutiny. Manchester United are set to take on Tottenham Hotspur in Wednesday's Europa League final in a game which could play a role in shaping Ruben Amorim's summer business. Manchester United are in line for a busy summer regardless of the result in the Europa League final, but all eyes are on Bilbao for now. Victory over Tottenham on Wednesday will bring a season of Champions League football, but if they lose then they won't have European football of any kind in Ruben Amorim's first full season in charge. Neither United or Spurs had the best of preparation for the final. Amorim's side lost 1-0 at Chelsea on Friday, while a heavily rotated Spurs side fell to a 2-0 defeat at Aston Villa. While some transfer targets will prefer to wait until they know the result at St Mamés, we've already seen some movement on at least one deal. United signed Patrick Dorgu and Aiden Heaven at the end of the winter window, but this summer could end up being a great deal busier. Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans, Tom Heaton and Christian Eriksen are out of contract in June, and there's every chance all four leave Old Trafford. They might not be the only ones either, with questions over the future of goalkeepers Andre Onana and Altay Bayındır. Matheus Cunha looks like becoming the first new face to join, with United ready to meet Wolves' asking price. That's one of today's lines as Mirror Football brings you the latest from around Old Trafford. Cunha's decision speaks volumes. Matheus Cunha has shown his motivations by agreeing to join Manchester United without knowing if they will be in Europe next term. The Brazilian is poised to join from Wolves in a deal worth north of £60 million, having added a release clause when he signed a contract extension at Molineux earlier in the season. Cunha only got a limited taste of Champions League football at his previous clubs. He played twice in the competition for RB Leipzig and 10 times, mostly as a substitute, for Atletico Madrid, but missed out through injury when Atleti knocked United out of the competition in 2022. He also played 6 Europa League group games for Leipzig in the 2018-19 season, scoring 3 times for the club. That wasn't enough to get out of the group, though, with Red Bull Salzburg and Celtic finishing above them. Ten Hag's next job. Erik ten Hag isn't Bayer Leverkusen's top choice for the manager's job, it has been claimed. However, according to Sky Germany, they may yet move for the former Manchester United boss if they are unable to land Cesc Fabregas. Como boss Fabregas is the first choice for Leverkusen as they seek a replacement for Xabi Alonso. A former Spain teammate of Fabregas in their playing days, Alonso is set to take over from Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. If Ten Hag misses out on the Leverkusen job, he may be tempted by a return to Ajax. Francesco Ferrioli has left the Dutch club after 1 season. Manchester United to target striker and goalkeeper in transfer window. New recruits at both ends of the pitch are expected at Man United this summer with the team 14th in the Premier League table. Manchester United intend to sign a goalkeeper and striker in what is shaping up to be a drastic summer transfer window at the club. Ruben Amorim decided less than 2 months into his tenure that United would need a new goalkeeper to compete with Andre Onana, and a centre-forward is an urgent priority. United have scored a meager 38 goals in 33 Premier League games and have a -8 goal difference which has left them 14th in the table. Ipswich Town goalscorer Liam Delap has been identified as an ideal recruit. Delap, 22, has scored 12 league goals this season and will have a £30 million release clause. United's budget in the summer is still undecided until it is known whether they will have qualified for the Champions League. United can only re-enter that competition if they win the Europa League and they face Athletic Bilbao in the semi-finals. Regardless of the scope United could have in the market, the club are insistent on a more disciplined approach after squandering hundreds of millions over the past 12 years. United did not break the £60 million barrier for a signing in their first summer under the co-ownership of Ineos last year. The mid-season arrivals of Patrick Dorgu and Aiden Heaven were also economical purchases. Several elite clubs plan to recruit a goalscorer in the summer. Sporting striker Victor Gyökeres played under United coach Ruben Amorim and has a release clause in excess of £60 million. United have maintained contact with the agent of Benjamin Sesko, the RB Leipzig frontman who rejected United in summer 2022. Victor Osimhen was monitored by United during Napoli's title-winning campaign in 2022-23 and he has pillaged 29 goals in 34 games on loan at Galatasaray. Napoli have to sell Osimhen, 26, this summer as he is out of contract next year, but it is unclear if United would have the budget to finance a deal. United have planned for a goalkeeper incoming for several months. Altay Bayındır could leave to increase his chances of starting for Turkey at the World Cup next year, while Tom Heaton is considering retirement and his deal expires at the end of June. Onana switched to the Lien Sports Group agency 2 months ago, but sources have stressed he sees his future at United, despite several high-profile errors this season. United would require £28.32 million to sell Onana, having signed him for £47.2 million on a 5-year contract in 2023. A player's fee is spread over the length of their contract and their worth is calculated by how long is left on their deal. If United attempted to sell the goal-shy Rasmus Højlund, who arrived in the same summer as Onana, he would be priced at £38.4 million. Joshua Zirkzee, who is out for the rest of the season and managed only 7 goals, is valued at £29.2 million. Man United have green light to sign £35 million bargain or free agent to fulfill Paul Scholes' transfer wish. United are in the market for a new forward this summer and 2 players are said to be available who would be ideal signings. Manchester United are just 2 days out from their season-defining Europa League final against Tottenham Hotspur, but they already have one eye on how they will improve their squad in the summer transfer window. Victory in Wednesday's final in Bilbao will go some way to determining how much money United can spend, and what players they can attract, given victory will grant them entry into next season's Champions League. Manchester Evening News understands United will be targeting at least 3 priority signings this summer, and extra firepower up front is an obvious place for improvement. United's 2 forwards Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee have scored just 7 Premier League goals between them this season, and key figures at the club are starting to lose confidence in Højlund, while Zirkzee has been linked with a return to Italy this summer. Matheus Cunha is expected to complete a £62.5 million move to United, but the 17-goal Wolves star will likely occupy one of the 2 attacking midfield roles in Ruben Amorim's 3-4-2-1 system. United are also keen to tie up a £30 million deal for Ipswich Town forward Liam Delap. The England under-21 international has scored 12 goals in the Premier League this season and could well lead the line for United next season. The potential signing of the 22-year-old has already split opinion among the United fanbase. Some feel the fact he has scored 12 goals in a relegated side would suggest his tally will only improve playing in a stronger side. Yet others fear United would be signing a young forward with potential, just like they did with Højlund and Zirkzee, rather than a more experienced forward with a number of seasons scoring goals on a regular basis. Certainly, United legend Paul Scholes feels United need to add an experienced forward to the ranks, as well as signing Delap. United have been linked with signing him, and I like Liam Delap, Scholes said last week. But he still needs 1 or 2 more strikers with him who have got some experience. We've been down this road with Rasmus Højlund coming in as a young striker, and it hasn't quite worked out so far. Again, Delap could be another young striker going to a big club, and you just don't know what to expect with the club not in a great place at the minute. I always say that Manchester United should have 3 or 4 top strikers. Right now, they've got one who hasn't really done it, so to sign Delap would be great, but he has to be part of 2 or 3 proper centre forwards. While the arrivals of Delap and Cunha would be a very good start to United's business early in the window, it will take a massive £92.5 million out of their transfer budget.